Little Lee, what are you doing?
Drinking water.
Where?
On the hike up Mount Sneffels.
Mount Sneffels?
Yeah.
I think it's Mount Sneffels.
Whatever.
For perspective, that down there, over that hump, is Yankee Boy Basin. Our Jeep is down there. It's a 1.2 mile trail. You get your jacket off?
Yeah.
Cool. I wish we'd see another marmot.
I know, they're so cute.
I like them. They have fat butts and they run slow.
Like my mom.
Yeah, just like your mama. All right, so we reached this way marker. It says we're half a mile to the Blue Lakes Trailhead, which is where we started at. So we've already gone a half mile in like, feels like 20 minutes, huh?
Yeah, or even quicker than that. I don't think it's been 20 minutes.
You don't think it's been 20?
For this big rock.
So there's a waypoint here, and trails get really difficult to find. If I scan across here, it's difficult to see, but the trail is actually right there. And one of the things I tell people and my kids is when you can't find your trail, the thing to do is to go up and then look down, because the trail becomes more obvious. And an example of that is this right here. So from here you can see very obviously the trail is right there that we took. It's very, very obvious when you're above it, but when you're below it looking up, it all looks like just a pile of rocks.
A few feet in front of you.
So that's kind of the difference. So if ever you lose your trail, always just climb and look down, and then you'll find it. And most of the time, the way people lose their trail, because it's natural to find the path of least resistance and kind of not keep going up, to just kind of go straight across. So usually when you lose your trail, it's because you're below it. So that's kind of a safety tip for you there. So Angeline tells me I need to make a video here, so I decided I'd let her tell it all.
So it's pretty up here. It's worth it. That's ice over there still in the middle of summer. It's getting into its hot season. And then down at that split, you can see it. That's where we went off.
That split is the split between Blue Mountain Pass, which now we know that is Blue Mountain Pass there.
That right there.
And then this is, and there's the Blue Mountain, if you were curious, apparently. That's the Blue Mountain, hence Blue Mountain Pass.
We took the right trail.
So we took the trail to the right, which gets us up Mount Sneffels. Now, allegedly, according to several YouTube videos, this scree pile loses the trail. We have not had that problem yet. Would you say?
Yeah.
Pretty clear trail?
There are natural formations everywhere. Like you can see, like there's stacks kind of like this.
Where people have made waypoints.
That you can see.
Kind of trail markers.
All down the trail. That one down there was the biggest one.
The one she's talking about was the biggest one, is right there.
Yes, the one that was in the previous shot, I guess. But they're everywhere, so you're probably not going to lose your way unless somebody knocked it over.
How's the altitude?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad?
I mean, like, I wouldn't hike up the whole thing without taking a few breaks, but it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. And that's from West Texas, huh?
Yeah. But we've been here for a few days, so, you know, I'm littler, so I adapt faster, like you said.
Yeah. You ready to hike on?
Yeah.
All right, at this point, this is steep. We're about 3/4, maybe 2/3 of the way up the scree pile. And this last altitude, I don't know, 60 feet was pretty steep and pretty slick. Each step was only worth about a third of its value. So if you took a 3-foot step, you only got about a foot of gain because of slipping until you bit on something that would hold. So that made it tiring. Evangeline actually just scrambled up the big rocks.
The black all up through there.
Right through there. And the altitude's getting her. She really can't talk right now. All she can do is focus on climbing and breathing. This is the steepest part. It does look like it levels out some. Unfortunately, it levels out and it looks like more dirt. So maybe slipperier. So we may actually just stay to the right of the trail and climb do some, kind of rock scrambling, as opposed to playing in this dust here. hard to really even say that's a trail. It just looks like that's where people might have walked before. Anyhow, this is, give you an idea how steep this is. This area here is slightly less steep than that, and that is, I'm holding the phone level, so it's that's about a 45. I'd say the little area we're in is about a 40-ish, and this little stretch here was easily 45 degree, maybe even 50 degree climb. So looks a little scary, and this is known to be an intense 14er because of how straight up the trail is. But I don't feel like if you slid down you would like tumble all the way to the bottom and die. I feel like you would slide into a larger rock and maybe sprain something. What'd you say?
There's a lot of switchbacks if you're going on the trail, I guess you would say. So they're like, I'm going on this side, and there's like a trail up through there where he's taking that one right there. There's a bunch of different ways you can go. It just depends on what you want to do, really.
And you just like to scramble, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, you ready to keep climbing? I just want to show you her climbing. She's an animal. All right, so we're about 80 you all right?
I know, I just moved that rock.
Don't do that, you make me nervous. We're about 80% up the scree pile. If you notice, there's a blind corner right there. We came around there. It's steep. These kind of what looks like dirt lines in the middle are not trails. That is
falling scree.
yeah, it's basically where the rain has come and basically washed out ditches. You will want to be we chose the boulder field to the right.
You might want to choose the left.
I think the left, mainly because the rocks are bigger, is the way to go. You'll want to go hands and knees. These people are going hands and knees on the way down, and we do think they've chosen the right path.
Definitely want hiking sticks up.
You want hiking sticks, you definitely want gloves, because a lot of the rocks are sharp cornered like this.
I just have gardening gloves that I got from the auto parts store or whatever.
Hardware store?
Hardware store, yeah.
Which town?
In Silverton.
Yeah, that's right. So that right there is the top of the scree pile. So it's not too bad, not too much more to go, but definitely more to go.
Yes.
So here we go. All right, we're at the top of the scree pile. You'll notice that's the edge there. You can't see where we came from. That's kind of spooky. No, we got to go back down that. But what we're going to do on the way down is we're going to actually hug Mount Sneffels. And lots of other people, after we got up a ways, we could see that lots of other people kind of took the boulder field to the right that we took. And you can see there's a clearly defined trail coming up here where other people had chosen to go all the way against that mountain there and hug it. So what we're going to do is go up. We're going left. Now, just to give you an idea, we're at the top of the scree pile. That's the top of the mountain. And to see that right there, that's another little scree pile in a crevice. And I'm on an iPhone zoomed all the way in, and that's a person at the top of that pile. And then you still got a little climb to there. So that person at the top of that climb is where we're going. I don't know. E, can you make it?
Yeah.
You can make it?
Yes.
All right. You sure?
Yeah. There's a guy. There's a guy that was coming downtown. It was kind of a good little spot. And he said, "What are you, 12 or 13?" And I said, 11. And his son, I guess, was behind me. He said,
Little bad A?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go with that one? So, we're in this calera here. Narrow spot, just kind of entering into it off this boulder field. There's the scree pile below. That's where our last video was. That was what I thought was the top of Sneffels. Obviously wrong. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You okay, bro? Bounce no break?
Bounce no break.
Sweet. So just that dangerous, because obviously this dude's climbed a minute or two. Time for a granola bar. And we're higher than that, what I thought was the point. All right, so we're in this calera here, climbing. And Evangeline, you'll see she's using hands and feet the whole way. I'm standing up. I would not feel comfortable walking up this. It looks like it's all stair-stepped. Believe me, that point right there, that looks just right over there, is 15 feet below me. So there are people wearing helmets. I think helmets would be totally reasonable. I don't think absolutely necessary, but helmets aren't absolutely necessary when riding bikes either. So we've been videoing this section for 43 seconds, and I see, and Evangeline's made every bit of 15 feet of elevation climb. So it's very slow going. It's a hard climb.
So we're at the top. That's actually the summit, but that, as you can see, it doesn't know justice, but it's not really.
Pretty open exposure climb.
Pretty open, and that's where you could end up down there.
Pretty easy.
So
Really
easy.
We will do Sneffels again, I believe.
Congratulations.
So that large tan spot there,
You got a good spot?
that there, right there, that at the tip of my fingernail is my Jeep.
Wait, just
And this is the summit. And it is way the hell up here. Evangeline decided she didn't want any more of it. Kind of down where that peak is and that crack there. I think the V groove kind of humbled her, and she shut her down. That
all right. So
let's see,
Here, you want me to get out of your way?
that right there is the top of the scree pile. So
Oh, you are.
definitely awesome to be up here. What'd you just do? The V? Is my video going to show how scary it is? No. It leaves you open exposed here to a pretty good fall, honey. Was it a little scary? So you felt like it was pretty scary. So you feel like a safety rope and helmet and a chain right across there, like a big safety net. Well, they're not gonna put one there, so you'll have to bring a helmet and a safety rope. Do you think Mama would have done this?
No.
Mama would have wussed out. Do you think Mama would have beat me with a stick if she saw this? All right. You ready to get down? Do you regret not summoning? Nope. You happy with what you did, huh? Good. You should be, because look at this little turkey. She's basically on her foot doing a controlled slide down the mountain. And you might be thinking, oh, well, that's dangerous. Well, I don't know that it's any more dangerous than my controlled fall down the mountain. Not really any other way to do it other than hands and knees the whole way down. Let's see. There we go. There's the top of the scree. There's the bottom of the scree. I'd say we're halfway through the crappy part, maybe 2/3 of the way. It's pretty quick going, but it sucks. It's hard work too. This might be going down the scree debris might be the hardest part of the climb, because there's so many emergency stops and catching rocks and just, I mean, none of this is stable. None of this is stable. It's a scree pile, so there's no secret route. Anyhow, all right, we're at the trail at the bottom of the scree pile. There's the scree pile above, wobbly scree pile above there. There's little Lee. She just transitioned from basically sliding on her foot down the mountain to trekking poles, and she's being real careful, and I like seeing that. But we are about halfway on this 1.2 mile trail to the bottom of the 1.2 miles, and we were every bit ready to get there, honey. We told Mama we'd be back by 1. What time is it?
Nearly 2.
She is full out crapping her pants right now. Mama is on level 4 panty crappage right now. Guaranteed. She is worried about her babies. Me and little Lee. So we will call her as soon as we can. Get the fussing out of the way. Right?
Right. Maybe.
Say love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
So we're back from Colorado. We've had a few days to reflect on the hike. Evangeline's thought about some things she thinks you ought to have on the hike. And I've got some questions for her. I want you all to hear the answers to those of you who consider taking your kids up Mount Sneffels. He's 11 years old. She's an experienced hiker. She's a tough and strong young lady, but she's also an 11-year-old daddy's little girl. So with kind of those points, these are the things she thinks you need on the hike.
Some things I recommend are trekking poles, water in a camelback, caffeine for the way up and for down due to altitude sickness, sunscreen, gloves, helmet, and a rope carabiner kind of for the V that you go up so that that's the only spot I feel it's necessary. Some things that you might want to know is that this is a climb, not necessarily a hike. So don't expect, you're going to hike up a mountain, you're climbing it. And to know when you need to get down. Because if you don't feel right, if you start getting a headache, it's okay to go down. There's always tomorrow. And you don't get any trophy or, presidential honor for saying I climbed Mount Sneffels.
Okay. So when we were in the V, where you said that you feel like a belay system or some sort of tie-off system would be appropriate, your knees got weak and your voice got shaky, and Dad makes you push through stuff, but at that point I felt like you experienced true fear. Tell me what you thought about that.
That I did. It was.
So you did experience true fear.
Yes, that I did. You have to put your butt on the side where if you get a little bit jumpy and want to get up it fast, if you lean back on it at the wrong spot, you're tumbling down about 100 feet of you're catching up speed, rolling, and then you just fall off.
So a real chance of death. One wrong move, you die. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I can see that. I can see the possibility of death being significant in that spot.
But you have to, because on the right side going up and the left side going down, there's hand grips. On the other side, it's just like a flat. You have nothing.
So what you're saying is you have to stay kind of to the right of the V with your hands, and your back is to the cliff. Mm-hmm. Right. That's kind of the way I climbed it too.
The way you told me to climb it.
Huh?
It's the way you told me to climb it.
Yeah. So what else? What would you say to a 12-year-old kid or 11-year-old or 10-year-old kid going up Sneffels?
It's not that hard. You just need to know how to climb or hike.
Okay. You didn't summit. Tell us about that.
I want to go back and summit whenever I'm older. I saw a 13-year-old girl summit, and I think the next time we go, I'll be around that age because I'm 11.
But why'd you choose to not summit this time?
Well, it was scary.
So it all looks scary.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. It all looks scary.
But the real one was just like kind of climbing up
that V. So the V was really scary, but after the V, you were scared, and it all looked scary.
Yes.
All right. And you felt like the mountain beat you, and you wanted to come back when you could conquer it.
Yes.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, it didn't beat me. We tied.
It didn't beat you. You tied.
Yeah.
I like that. So there is an 11-year-old young lady's perspective on Mount Sneffels. Anything else?
Nope. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.